Ryan has that left hook. That left hook is preposterous.
He's got the reach on him too.
That left hook is so fast. Yeah. Like, he catches guys in exchanges. You don't even see it land.
Yeah.
But it's mostly left hook.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia's deadly left hook, which downed Devin Haney during their clash this weekend, won raves from Joe Rogan. After suffering a crushing loss in that fight, many now speculate that Devin will announce his retirement should he lose their future rematch with Garcia.
Devin Haney will retire from the sport of boxing, says an expert after the Ryan Garcia rematch.
But thinks that given how one-sided this bout was, a rematch ought to happen.
So, just like I feel with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence shouldn't be a rematch, how I feel about Bilbo and Canelo Alvarez should be a rematch. This here ain't no rematch, bro. Ain't no rematch.
The boxing world was stunned when Ryan Garcia gave an incredible performance that ultimately led to Devin Haney's defeat. Showbiz, the adult, is adamant about a possible rematch between Garcia and Devin, but is it necessary? The experts have some insightful advice for Devin regarding his future, so stick around and watch as we look at that in today's video. Recently, Joe Rogan discussed why Ryan Garcia should be feared because he possesses the strongest weapon in the boxing world. The boxing world saw King's extraordinary strength, and many are now saying that Devin should retire after he was unable to defeat a volatile opponent. This criticism is not surprising, because many expected Devin to win this bout convincingly based on his podcast. Joe Rogan heaped admiration on Garcia's exceptional boxing abilities, highlighting his powerful left hook, which he called preposterous, and underscoring how it frequently enables Garcia to catch opponents during exchanges without them even realizing the blow landed. Rogan also praised Garcia's speed, saying it is well above average, especially EV when Garcia fights in tight quarters. He also highlighted Garcia's remarkable reach and the unique approach he uses, effectively whipping out his left hook. Garcia's tactical and quick-witted fighting style, which makes his left hook a formidable weapon in the ring, is highlighted by Rogan's analysis. Garcia used his left hook to his advantage against Devin, and it was crucial to his victory as he dropped the dream. Despite Hayes' tenacity, Garcia demonstrated his strength and accuracy 3 times throughout the 12 rounds. Garcia's dominance was evident in the majority points ruling that gave him the win, which came from scorecards of 112, 112, 114, 110, and 115, 109.
The world wants a rematch, and obviously I think Ryan Garcia has earned the right to fight somebody else if he wants to before the rematch, but at some point he's going to fight Devin Haney.
Following the fight, there was a lot of discussion about a rematch. Bill Haney and other experts felt that Devin had a chance to prove himself, but Garcia cautioned that a rematch wouldn't improve the result and would likely hurt the current WBC super lightweight champion more than anything else. In addition, Kingry has no intention of staying at 140 pounds and has already discussed his difficulties gaining weight for the fight. Instead, he will probably move to 147 pounds, where he has already set his sights on his next opponent. I never even technically fought at 140. Instead, I fought at 14,030 because my body can't go any lower than 14. If the rematch happens, Devin Haney must win in order to stay in the professional boxing ranks. Many have suggested that if he loses to Ryan Garcia in the rematch, he should retire. Boxing Enthusiast offered his opinions on Devin Haney's boxing career, concentrating in particular on the possible fallout if he is unable to overcome Ryan Garcia in a rumored rematch. He voiced a pessimistic forecast indicating that Haney might retire if he loses to Garcia once again, according to Fannin. For Garcia, whose stock has increased significantly, the rematch is seen as a major opportunity for Haney, but not necessarily the greatest financial choice. Fannin criticized a number of Haney's circumstances and qualifications. First, he questions Haney's power, pointing out that his typical strategies, such as body blows, didn't seem to have much of an effect on Garcia during their fight. Second, he questions Haney's ability to absorb punches, citing previous fights in which Haney looked vulnerable. Lastly, Fannin talked about weight class, speculating that Haney might be better suited to fight at 147 pounds rather than 140, given his physical frame.
Thing that's out there that gives me the most hope for Devin, but at 147 and even stronger Ryan Garcia, man, Ryan Garcia may take his head off, man. And also, man, this is a fourth one.
Furthermore, Fannin criticized Haney and his father, Bill Haney, for their public portrayal of Devin as a superior fighter, implying that such attitudes might attract further challenges from other fighters eager to prove themselves against him. Haney was also warned about the potential psychological effects of the defeat, emphasizing the need for strong mental resilience to recover. While fans and boxers warned Devin to fight a rematch against Cree, another YouTuber criticized the talks about a possible rematch. Fannin Boxing ultimately doesn't think that a rematch will change anything unless Dev makes some serious changes. Even then, a rematch seems like a tall task for the former undisputed lightweight champion. The adult showbiz severely disagreed with the idea of a rematch, claiming that Haney's defeat was so conclusive that a second fight would not be justified. Showbiz expressed doubts about the fight and pointed out various problems with Devin Haney's performance. Garcia dominated the first fight to the point where a rematch would probably not change the result. He challenged the way the bout was decided, saying that attempts were made to sway the result in Haney's favor by making dubious officiating calls that unfairly penalized Garcia. According to sources, these actions were intended to provide Haney with unfair advantages in an attempt to deny Rob Garcia a resounding triumph over Haney's powers. The criticism from Showbiz was especially harsh. He emphasized that Haney's performance was not only subpar, but also suggested that there were more serious problems with his fighting style and technique. Haney was unable to effectively counterattack Garcia's speed and power. Additionally, Showbiz addressed the wider ramifications of Haney's defeat, stating that it revealed serious weaknesses in Haney's strategy and defense that would be harmful in future matches against elite opponents. He referred to earlier occasions in which Haney appeared weak and implied that they were not unique occurrences, but rather a trend that proficient fighters like Garcia could subvert. This defeat not only revealed flaws in Devin Haney's boxing style, but it also brought attention to the psychological toll that pre-fight psychological warfare can take on a fighter. If Haney is to make a significant comeback, he needs to work on himself seriously. A rematch should not be considered, at least not just yet.
We just heard Ryan say, sure, we'll run this fight back. Is a rematch something you'd like to do next?
Of course. I thought it was a close fight still. I would love to rematch. I gave him a shot. It's only right he gave me a shot back.
The physical effects of this loss are obvious, but healing the psychological wounds could be more difficult. Haney's mood was remarkably different from his normal, self-assured one. He seemed mentally broken by the encounter. This demonstrates that healing may be a lengthy and difficult process to resolve these difficulties. Haney needs to take a significant hiatus from competitive fighting. During this time, he should use not only his body to heal, but also his mind to clear his head and plan a strong return. Haney also needs to surround himself with a team of people who will support him through these difficult times. Together, his trainers, family, and mental health specialists should help him regain his confidence and improve his boxing techniques. This entails reassessing his method for managing psychological pressure prior to a battle and creating plans to withstand the opponent's mind games. Moreover, Haney must carefully examine the video from his battle with Garcia in order to pinpoint the technical faults he made while attempting to correct these tactical ones. It will be critical to strengthen his defense against speedy strikers, as well as his ability to bounce back from impacts quickly. This reflective and remedial stage is critical to his professional growth, as well as to his personal transformation into a warrior capable of enduring hardship.
The kid will recover. He'll come back. He'll be a champion again. He'll be, I don't think this is the end of his career, but he does need to take maybe the rest of the year off. Start training at the end of the year. Fight.
Similar advice was given to Devin by boxing trainer Robert Garcia, who indicated that a lengthy hiatus from boxing after this defeat would be beneficial for his recovery on both a physical and psychological level. Garcia stressed the significance of Haney returning to training toward the end of the year and perhaps taking an easier tune-up fight to help rebuild his confidence and assess his readiness to return to more competitive bouts. Garcia advised Haney to take the remainder of the year off and not rush back into any major fights too soon. Garcia further stated that a rematch with Ryan Garcia would be premature if it were scheduled too soon, implying that a major fight of that magnitude would be better suited for the summer of the following year. He also mentioned that in the event that a rematch were to take place, meticulous preparation, a strong training camp, and a calculated strategy would be needed to maximize Haney's chances of winning. Moreover, Garcia emphasized the difficulty of managing a setback due to its effects on the mind, emotions, and body. He praised Haney's tenacity as a young fighter, but emphasized the need for a well-thought-out recovery strategy to guarantee long-term success and well-being. This strategy is a more comprehensive view of athlete management that prioritizes long-term career development over returning hastily to high-stakes events without sufficient training. Completing this, Devin Haney needs to think carefully about what to do next. It's important to think things out now, rather than draw snap conclusions. He needs to consider the long and short-term effects of any potential fights in a thoughtful manner. That's all for now. Don't forget to like. If Devin makes a comeback, can he go back to the winning mindset he had before this heartbreaking loss? What would happen in a rematch? Let us know in the comments. Any training adjustments or strategic changes in his career could lead to mistakes that further complicate his path back to the top. As well as join the channel. We appreciate your attention and hope to see you in future videos. Turn on the bell to receive the most recent notifications so you never miss out on videos like this one.